afternoon to my entire Jeunesse Australasia family as I welcome you to what is our very first Jeunesse University Live, your virtual connection to Generation Young. Our new Jeunesse Live platform will be bringing you the event brands that you know and love. You will see Lead Jeunesse Live, Discover Jeunesse Live, and of course, like today, Jeunesse University Live. What is amazing about the Jeunesse Live platform is that technology has enabled us to reach our audience faster, smarter, and more frequently than ever before. And that shows with how quickly each and every one of you were able to pivot your business during the last few months and continue to share the Jeunesse story. I'm incredibly proud of how you have all navigated through this change, but more importantly, I'm proud of the leadership that you have all displayed. Staying connected with your team during this time has been critical, and I have seen some amazing examples of that. Now let's get this university started. Today I'll have some very special guests joining me from all over the world for the next few hours. So settle in, get comfortable, and get ready to learn, as you do not want to miss our lineup. Our first guest today is coming to you live all the way from Dallas, Texas. Please welcome to the call your Chief Development Officer, Dennis WINDSOR. Are you there, Dennis?
There you go. I didn't have my video going on. I'm so sorry. So much energy. But from the business side of where we are, obviously we want to take care of our lives, take care of our family, take care of our communities. But from the business side, Jeunesse was really built for this time. It's really an incredible thing that what we're doing right now as a company, we really did probably 20% of our time anyway. We had a digital business, digital life, travel within communications, meeting with people, shipping products, everything. Now we're just simply doing the digital side 100%. And this is a very, very special time, I believe, in our industry. I've been in the industry. I go way back. So I actually had hair. I hate to say this, but like Rachel, I had beautiful black hair that was gorgeous, long when I was young. But I actually had hair a long time ago when I started in this industry back in 1980, 4 decades ago, and have learned so much. And, during some of those decades here in America, we had some incredibly challenging financial times as well. We went through real estate, issues and banking issues and all kinds of issues. But, during those times, home-based businesses, even back then, began to take off. And this is a perfect time, I believe, for us to leverage. It's a window of opportunity. And I want to think, I'm hearing some voices, by the way. I want to speak to you about 2 topics real quickly. Number one is I believe this is the best time in our lives to share Jeunesse with others and for us to invite them into this family. So I want to talk about some specific elements maybe that you could leverage and you can use in your conversation in that segue to convince people to say yes now. So I want to talk about how you can build and how people can engage right now for the first time ever, see Jeunesse, try our products, engage, and have some beginning of that success during this unique window of time. And then secondly, I want to speak about mindset. I developed a talk for 2020. I did this in 2019 as I was traveling the globe across the world with Jeunesse. And I did a specific talk for 2020, and I want to share that with you. It's called Limitless, and I just want to think Limitless with you. So let me help you as understanding where I think we are as a company. Number one, the world is at a heightened awareness for sure, and this is at an all-time high. And with challenges comes opportunity. With difficulties comes the abilities to resolve and to have resilience and answer needs. And there's no doubt about it that there's a global awareness right now of needs out there, and that we have what we are. We are a business, and we have an opportunity that we can share with others that they can leverage. And there's just this window that people will listen like never before right now. Combine that with just the evolution of this business. It's very interesting. If you look back maybe even 6 months ago, maybe even 3 months ago, people that you were talking to about joining Jeunesse as a business, Maybe they would say, oh, I own my own business. I work for a great company. I like my life. I'm too busy, da, da, da. And that kind of business is just not for me. But you know what? Right now, no doubt about it, that the evolution of this home-based business industry has gone way high, high, high as one of the answers for someone have an opportunity to meet some of their needs. And people, for sure, and this is to our advantage, and you can leverage this for sure. People for sure are seeking a proven business model on the internet and on the digital side. There's every kind of concept you can imagine to go, quote, do business. But people are looking for something that's stable, that's proven, that's solid. And there's no doubt about it that we've got that kind of business model. They're also, most importantly, maybe even more than anything, they're looking for the kind of company, kind of business that they can do, that they can click and start and go, that is system driven, that has a systematic rhythm, that's turnkey within the A to Z of the functionality, the driving, the supply chain, the financial side. They're looking for that, and we definitely have that for sure. So the solution for all those issues of awareness of a need and the solidity, looking for something that's proven, looking for something that's system-driven, definitely Jeunesse is one of the best options in the world. Obviously, we can't say we're the only option because there's thousands of things to do, but Jeunesse is a fantastic option right now. We can answer those needs of those people to make a decision right now. We have a great solution. We have this right here that really nobody else can say in our space for sure. It's amazing that Wendy, Randy, and Scott and Rob, they didn't think about 2020, about all this stuff, but they thought about the future when they designed this company. They built a platform, number one, a platform to be a global platform. And if you look at how that impacts and empowers us right this minute, 140 plus countries. You know what that means? That everybody in the world, we already know this, is at home. All these countries, 140 plus countries are at home. We have a platform that can service all those markets. We have the languages already built in to service those markets. We already accept those currencies and those exchanges. I was on the phone, I'm in a Zoom today with our corporate team and the amazing staff in Florida that is working around the clock for supply chain and product delivery. It's amazing how people are performing. We have the platform and the system. And Mark Patterson, our great chief marketing officer, went through all the stuff that's happening, with this digital system that we have, this marketing system, our incredible turnkey website, the back office, the J office, where you can just log in and you can begin to understand and drive and train and move that business. And even maybe more importantly, it's all available right there on your phone. So we have the platform. This creates urgency. That's what all this stuff right now, sitting here in May of 2020, there's no doubt about it. It creates urgency. Now is the ultimate time to share and join and experience and build Jeunesse for sure. And this urgency combined with this awareness, this is what's unique. Maybe I never got to experience this in my career back in those days when I built these massive organizations around the world during some challenging times, because everything back then was physical. We didn't have the speed of the connection like we have right this second. Right now, that awareness and urgency creates expedited business decisions and personal decisions. And that means that you can talk to people constantly and you can have them make quicker decisions to say, yes, I want to improve my life, my physical life, my health. And yes, I would love to have the ability to add some income to my family's household. So that decision creates that. My encouragement to you is use those nuggets, but keep everything really, really simple. Focus on this. I'll share real fast a quick whiteboard, because what I want you to do is, here's what I've done in the past, what I would encourage you to do. Take 100% of your time and spend 75% of that time sharing Jeunesse. That's with your personal friends, your personal family, your own contacts, and also your team. Spend time with your team, helping them share Jeunesse, and just share and share and share, and then spend 25% of those time engaging those people and then training those people, and use this window, because this window right here, it will close. We won't be like this forever. We will have another phase where we're back there seeing each other physically. So leverage this time right now. Now is the time, and especially May and June 2020. Thank you, Wendy, Randy, Scott, Rob. They rolled the dice. They really gave us the freedom and the ability to come out with probably the most powerful promotion this company's ever had. And this is called Diamond Vision. And it's a rank advancement promotion all the way for the brand new person that can go all the way starting the business as an executive, all the way up to qualifying for Diamond. 10 ranks. We've never had that before. And we got that for May and June. So leverage this time for your success at home. And let's leverage this for you and your team and help them succeed. Next, I want to go on just, and I hope you guys can hear you okay. I'll take a quick drink. Live on Zoom across the planet. But I want to speak about the mindset. This is a journey for me, myself, as well. I remember 2019, I had the privilege to travel the world through all the expos, and I would listen to our CVO, Scott Lewis, and the theme of 2019 was next level. How do we take our lives to the next level from the beginning of January all the way through expo season, all the way through 2019? And I began trying to form that whole thing in my own life, my own journey, and began taking my own notes. And I would listen to the great speakers of a Mark McDonald, who's going to be on here in a minute, or a Dr. G. M. Papa, or Wendy and Randy, Scott, all these people, the great leaders, the diamonds, the double diamonds. I saw Lyndon around the planet. I saw Craig around the planet. No doubt about it, we've got great nuggets of education. And I began to form my own path of what this word limitless would mean in my own life. I love this word. And maybe for you, you want to take this word and put it someplace in your home, maybe in your refrigerator, maybe your bathroom mirror, wherever you can put it. But I love the word limitless because it means without end. It's not just no limit. It's without end. It's without limit, without boundary. And I think this through in my own personal journey, because we're all on this journey. And I want to share this with you over the next few quick minutes. One of those things in my own spaces, I'm just trying to grow as a person and learn new things. And one of those things my son challenged me to do a couple years ago was to take up painting. I've never painted my entire life since I was in 7th grade. But if you see the collage here, these are all paintings that I have done now that I just learned how to do it. I learned the skills. I actually learned it from YouTube and practicing. And if you look at the bottom middle of this picture, that little beach picture is the picture of the Noosa Beach when we had the school there in Australia that we went there. And I took a picture and then painted that. But I'm on that journey to push myself, my comfort zones, to another level as well. Jeunesse is empowering us. And that's every single one of you, no matter who you are, and no matter where you're from, and no matter your background, and no matter your situation right this second. And I know it can be really tough right now, but this company is empowering us to leverage this company at this time and to help impact people, which is our number one mission across the world, is a mission of purpose to impact lives. We can do this, but we must choose every single day to take daily actions to break through these comfort zones. And again, if I could be with every single one of you, I would look at you and say, look, I've got my own, I'm breaking through every day. And I would look at you and I know for sure you would say the same thing, that you've got your own challenges that you're pushing, whether it's sharing Jeunesse, training people, making a presentation, having the confidence to talk to someone. All those are comfort zones that we can break through to grow and to become even a better you and who we are. Now is the time for sure, and to invest this time. Use this window, part of that window that you have, because you're not leaving the house. You got that extra window to do some great goal planning and some committing to what you're going to do this year, 5 years, how you're going to build long term in this business. Even in spite of everything in the world, you can make 2020 a great year for you. You will define and determine what that word great means this year for you, but you can make this year a great year. We will do this together for sure. This is a year, because of this company's passionate heart, to focus on other people and to help them like never before. Because, the world needs leadership, and they need people telling them they can do it, they can recover, they can succeed, they can go to higher places. Keep your dreams alive. I need that, and I would just bet every single person on this Zoom would know that and need that as well. Use this time to develop some personal growth skills. Number one, like leadership skills. Look at how you can help people overcome objections, overcome disbelief, overcome challenges. Work on those things right now to become just even a better and better leader. Team expansion skills. This is something that's simply sharing, being yourself, but learn how to practice and do that more and more and more. And help those 2 people on your team grow to 4 people, grow to 8 people, and grow to 16 people and beyond. Work on those personal skills like communication, like learning how to use digital tools even better, understanding how to navigate the back office, the mobile system, and how to educate and drive and train that lifestyle skills. Like for me, one of my lifestyle skills I'm learning, I'm trying is I've added painting into my life. You determine some of those lifestyle skills that you want to enhance your life with and just make it a better life and a more enhanced life for you. For sure, limitless health transformation. And again, starting with Dr. G.M. Papa and William Amzalog, Dr. Donna Antar, Dr. Nathan Newman, who have challenged me just by listening to them on how to take our lives to another level. And this is a forever journey for me too, of a lifetime, and especially the next 30, 40 years for me, a lifetime of health transformation. How do we make our physical life, our bodies better right this minute? What can we do starting today? If you struggled before, welcome to the family of struggle. We all struggle, but make a commitment to start. You can start just by simply getting outside and walking, and then just start, and then integrate exercise and other things into your life. Learn to live to eat, not just to eat learn to live to eat right and correct. Mark McDonald is a master at this. I can't wait to hear him and I know what he's going to share with you. But the Zen products and the Zen movement for sure can impact that. And then exercising activities. I say this, and I share this last slide with you because this is my own journey. This is a collection of things that I did when Scott was challenging me, listening to his talk, taking my life to the next level. I integrated yoga into my life. Carolyn Taylor from our home office teaches yoga. Never did it before in my life. You see that's my family there on the beach. I integrated that, and I do it just as much as it's in part of my life now. And I took up some minor running and some other challenges, and I did this to do it, to be able to complete it and move it forward. I'm not a champion. I'm not the winner, but I crossed the finish line, and I will do more of those for sure. So now is the time for us to do this and make these commitments together. And I say this with a huge heart of thank you and gratitude. And Rachel, to you and your leadership and your team and everybody there in Australia and New Zealand, God bless you all. We will make it. We're gonna make it through and recover and be back together before you know it. So thank you so much for letting me share my time with y'all. Love y'all.
Thank you so much for being with us today, Dennis. I love hearing from you. I too have taken up running, but it's not something I've fallen in love with yet, Dennis, so it was great to hear a bit of inspiration from you. And I don't know about you all, but I would love to see the photos of Dennis with long black hair. I really would. One of the points Dennis mentioned in his presentation was people are searching for a proven business model. And that point to me is key, because where we are at in the world at the moment, people are really searching for a proven business model. And the network marketing industry, but more importantly, Jeunesse, have that proven business model for people out there. So thanks again, Dennis. I can't wait till I can see you and give you a big hug, and I'm sure that will be very soon. Now, our next speaker today is coming to you all the way from a chilly Melbourne. I think it's only about 14 degrees there today. That is why I choose to live in Brisbane. But I'd like to welcome to our Jeunesse University Live, Emerald Director Angela Licenti. Are you there with us today, Angela?
Yes, I sure am, Rachel. Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be on this call today and to be virtually coming into your homes, your lounge rooms, your kitchens, your car, wherever it is that you're tuning in from. What I love about this business is that here I am in 2020 and we are doing business in the most progressive modern way. So I absolutely love that. I do miss backstage though, I have to say. I missed my cheese and crackers, but I'm excited to be on this call today. So I've been asked to speak to you all about prospecting and inviting, which is really the first vital part of the prospecting system that we have to introduce people to our Jeunesse business or our Jeunesse products. I mean, when you consider that we are an industry that thrives on stories, we are an industry that is full of storytellers, passionate people who are out there sharing stories about our products and about our business, whether it's income, whether it's lifestyle, travel, whatever it is, community, culture, whatever it is that people are looking for and experiencing, this is what we are talking about and sharing across the world. This is a borderless business. I absolutely love that. So in terms of prospecting, you know, we're talking about how we do this virtually. I mean, in 2020, we've had one of the biggest obstacles in terms of the way we build this business and the way we are communicating. I love that we are getting creative out in the traditional business world, but in our world, in network marketing and in this industry, we've been doing this since the day I started. We have been communicating online and going virtual and helping people to get information, you know, through the palm of your hand, through pushing a button and sending it off. So in terms of prospecting, I want to get things really clear. You can be as effective in this environment using virtual tools and technology as you can be working face to face. And I do love to work with people and I love to sit across the table from them and share a coffee or a drink. But in this economy, we can't do that. So we can still be as effective as we are normally. We just have to change a few things to make sure that we're using the tools that are available to us. So our business has not stopped, and social media has played a big role in that. I mean, the audience and the engagement on social media, I think, has something like quadrupled the amount of time people are spending on it, and people are searching for things, whether they're products or companies or people to engage with. And also the window of opportunity, normally where people would come home after work and they'd be on social media, say from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock, now it's become a whole day thing. So it's like 9 a.m. in the morning till 6 p.m. at night, have dinner, and then we're back on again. So this is an incredible workspace for us to be prospecting in. So the fundamental basics of the prospecting system that we've all learned from our Getting Started training does not change here. And that's really important to understand, because our prospecting is all about engaging people, sharing stories, and leading them to the most important information. And when I say important, I mean what's important for them. So you really need to understand what they're looking for and what they want to hear and see. The second part of the prospecting system you'll hear about from Craig Schultz, our Diamond Director, and he'll be talking about following up and closing during his session. So let's start with prospecting. Conversations that never end. That's the best way for me to describe it. It's continuous conversations where you are sharing stories about the products, about your life, how Jeunesse has impacted your life. And these are all true and honest accounts about what this business and the products have done for you, and also for all of the people who are your customers, the stories that you have heard from your customers. So creating curiosity is the most important thing we do when we are prospecting. You know, people think that we're just rummaging through lists and telemarketing, calling people, but this is not the case. This is a very systematic approach, and it's all based on honest, true accounts. And the biggest tool you have is your list and your referrals. And of course, the people you meet on social media. So I really love that at the moment we really understand how important social media is to our business. So in social media world, whether you use Facebook or whether you use Instagram, that your list can grow exponentially based on where your exposure is. And what I'm suggesting with my team at the moment is that you work on the social media platform where you have the greatest amount of exposure. It's like putting your shop on the busiest road. You're not going to tuck your shop around in the back street where nobody goes. At the moment, if most people know you on Facebook, that's where you're going to work. If most people know you on Instagram, that's where you're going to work. If you're dancing your life away in TikTok, and I love all that, then throw in some TikTok stories and videos about your products and your business and who you are. People just really not want to know who you are and what you stand for. So I love that we can choose to put our shop, our online shop, our virtual shop anywhere we choose, but we can also still do it the functional, traditional way by calling people who are on our list and asking also for referrals. They can look at our products and they can also suggest referrals. So your online platform, your shop, comes with a whole lot of tools for you to market these stories. And, you know, it's important that you understand what each of these tools does in terms of engaging people. And I will go into that a little bit more shortly. But in terms of Facebook, what we really truly need to understand is that each aspect of Facebook has a specific function. So you have your news feed, you have your stories, and you have your messenger. And this is how I see it. On your news feed is where you do life. So this is where you can engage, meet people, and show them who you really are. In your stories is where you are your true, authentic self. This is where people really get to know the nuts and bolts of who you are, how you're wired, why this business means so much to you. This is where you can pour your heart and soul out and really talk about how this business has impacted your life, whether it's product, opportunity, lifestyle, community. And that is a big one. People want to know who you're working with and how that really has impacted your business. And in Messenger, well, Messenger is my favorite because that's when you really start to build relationships. That's where you start to ask questions, take people offline and do video calls. And I really love that during this COVID-19 economy, that a lot of people are open to just pushing the video call and saying, yes, I'm open to having a call. So prospecting happens and in Messenger. So your stories and your wall, your Facebook wall is where all the fun stuff and all the pretty stuff happens and where you're attracting people. That's the engagement. But your prospecting really happens in Messenger. And that's where you start to build relationships. So your traditional phone call where you're calling people on your list, that would normally happen down the line, you're talking to someone. Whereas on social media, you're using your messenger bot to do that. So it's the same for Instagram. You have your Insta messenger platform there as well. So when you get on the phone with people, what are we talking about? And this is the $1 million question. Everyone else, I've got all these people I want to talk to, but what do I talk about? So number one, all our conversations are absolutely true and honest. We want to let people know what we stand for, what we're passionate about. And we want to also find out what they need, what they stand for, and what they're passionate about. So I have a bit of a system. I like to share. This is who I am. This is what I do to get. What am I getting out of Jeunesse? You know, for me, when I started in Jeunesse, what I wanted to get wasn't necessarily more money at the end of the month. I actually asked, how can I get the same amount of money, but I want more lifestyle. I want less stress. I don't want to be anxious with a traditional business. I want to be able to wake up every day and be happy in a business and love what I do. The fact that I was going to make money, I didn't need to make more. The fact that I did was incredible. But at that time when I joined, I just wanted the same amount of money, but I wanted to earn it in a way where I didn't have the stress and anxiety of a traditional business. So, this is what I share with people. I also talk about, if I could show you a way where I could help you get what you need and what you want, because it sounds like you need more of. Okay, and these I can only ask these questions if I've done one thing really, really, really well, and that is use my ears and listen. And I like to talk a lot. So I've had to really train myself to be a better listener. And when you're a better listener, guys, you can have better conversations, which means then you're sharing the information that is most relevant for your prospect. So it sounds like you need more. What do people need? More time, more freedom, more money at the end of the month, more healthy options, whether that's healthy products or whether that's healthy lifestyle. So there's lots of things that people want that their current situation isn't affording them. They cannot do it. I could never have built a business with what I was doing previously and give me the outcomes that I have today in terms of, yes, in terms of my income, but more so and more importantly, in terms of my lifestyle and the community and the socialization that I get to have. And hey, here I am on a call talking to thousands of people all over Australia and New Zealand. And how cool is this? So this is prospecting, and this is how prospecting works. Now, inviting is the follow-on. So there's a 4-step process. You're prospecting, now you're inviting. The inviting is not the time to sell, guys. I'm going to tell you now, cross off. I want you to put not time to sell. Inviting is not time to sell. It is time to lead people to information based on what you've listened to and you know they need, okay, because now you've learned something about them that you didn't know. And you know, sometimes you learn things about people that they didn't even know about themselves, because you don't always know what you want until it smacks you right in the face. I thought that I loved my previous business. I thought I was happy. I thought it was business of my dreams. But when Jeunesse fell in my lap, what smacked me in the face was the fact that I could earn the same amount of income but not having to work weeknights and weekends away from my family. And that was really important to me. So I didn't even know that's what I needed, but because of the conversation I had with the lady that introduced me to Jeunesse, it became so apparent. So you need to listen. In order to effectively invite people, you need to listen. So do not oversell on the invitation, because really you shouldn't have to if you're inviting people based on what they need and what they've, I guess, discovered through the conversation their current situation cannot ever give me. Your invitation is an offer, it's not a pitch. So this isn't time to use a pitch that you've written down. You've probably got lists of all these pitches people have given you. This works, this works, this works. Nothing works better than a natural conversation that you have with people, and your offer should be part of that conversation. So you want to make an offer that's leading that person towards some information that is relevant to what they need. You want it to be direct, to the point. You want it to show value for them. And it's always got to be for them. This is not about you. I know that if we help someone else win, we win. And this is how our business and our industry works and thrives. So it's not about you ever, even though you do win. So providing a link to information should be very simple based on the tools that we have in Jeunesse. We have a fully functional website. We have an incredible J-Mobile. We have a webinar opportunity. We have recorded webinars as well. We also have Zoom. What an amazing platform that is. In the olden days, pre-COVID, we would meet for meetings. I love meetings. I cannot wait to start them again. But at the moment, that's kind of like the olden days until we are back on board and we don't have these social distancing issues that we have right now. But you want to give information. You want to offer information to a link, and you want to use the fastest, most direct, most efficient platform for information that you can give someone. That's why I love Joe Mobile and Jeunesse sharing, because you can go on your phone, tap, tap, bang, it's gone there. You can do it through Messenger. You can do it through WhatsApp. You can do it through lots of different platforms that everyone is using, text message, and I like to do it direct to their phone. I don't like to take it away from the phone onto an email. So emails take longer to get to. I want it to go direct. I want it to ping as soon as they get off the phone with me and go, wow, that girl is fast. But it's not me being fast, it's the system. How cool is that? So 3 types of prospects, guys. Number 1, customers. You've got to know what your prospect wants. So a customer wants information about products. Okay. Number 2, you have a prospect that is interested in the business. So now you want to send links based on the business, and the business is broken up into income, lifestyle, culture, community, leadership. There's so many different things that you can show that person, as well as products, because products are the glue to the business always. And the 3rd type of person, your prospect, is the one I love the most. The person that actually doesn't know, the person that you have actually caught off guard. You are having this natural conversation, and all of a sudden, this light bulb goes off in their head, and they're like, I need what you've got, Angela. I need this. I need you to show me how I can do this. And that person that didn't know what was heading their way can be the best possible prospect of all. So inviting, learn to share what that person needs, because it's always about the prospect. I like that our system never changes, guys. You can follow that system to a T. It never changes. But what does change is the way you use it. So how you share it, how you send it. So I want everyone to keep engaging, sharing stories, and leading people to information to feed their curiosity. Because if you keep doing that, that is prospecting and inviting. And the next step is what Craig Schultz is going to teach you, follow up and closing. And you're going to have yourself a whole lot of happy people joining your business, either as customers or as business partners, or people who actually still don't know what they're doing, but love the idea of what you're sharing with them. And that is the greatest gift that we can give people as distributors and members of the Jeunesse family. So get out there and happy talking, do it. I love talking. You can see that I talk so much. But one thing I know is more important is to listen. So listen to the people that you're talking to and give them what they need. So thanks, everyone. It's been great to share this training with you all.
Thank you so much for being with us, Angela. I always love sitting back and listening to you. There was some real gold nuggets in that. You know, the biggest point, you know, I love that Ange touched on is this industry is all about passionate storytellers. And what is amazing is that story is your story to tell. So that story may be different for each individual. Your story may be about the products. You know, your story may be about the opportunity. Your story may be about the platform. You know, the great thing is your story, and you are the storyteller to tell that. The other crucial part that Ange mentioned in there, that, you know, it's kind of where you will see people slip up if they're ever going to slip up in this industry, and that is qualifying your prospect. The only way you can qualify your prospect is by listening. You know, I can't stress enough, listening is key. Absolute key. You know, Ange was blunt enough to say, this is not about you, this is about your prospect. And, you know, that bit of information is enough for me just to take away and go, okay, you know, I now have a better understanding of how to invite and prospect. So thank you once again, Angela. The other point Ange touched on there was the amount of time people have been spending, you know, online. I know when we get our reports through from Apple on my mobile phone, and it tells you the percentage that you've been on your phone for this week is up, you know, 98% on last week. It's, you know, it's horrifying to think sometimes how much we spend on our phones. So, you know, during this time, and especially in this industry when we're working from home, and you know, I know a lot of mums and dads out there with children are trying to homeschool. Time management is key. So joining us today, we have a young lady from Sydney, 3 little kids trying to homeschool, building a very successful Jeunesse business. So she's going to share with you some of her top tips on time management. Please help me welcome to the call Ruby Director Emily Fu. Are you there, Emily?
Hello, Rachel. How are you?
I'm great.
I'm here. Yeah, good to see you. So is it my time to start, or?
Emily.
Hello? Yeah? It's time to start?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for everyone I'm so glad to be here to sharing the time management during the crisis. So for me, time management is playing a very important role in my life, no matter there is a crisis or no crisis, actually. So keep adaptive is the key. We do not change the focus on time managing during a crisis, but we do change the action plans towards time management. So regarding to my time management, there are two tips I want to share with you because there are too many distractions when the pandemic come across to our lives. The first tip is ask two questions to ourselves. Number one, do we really have time? Number two, what is my priority? So the second tip is we have to schedule a specific daily plan and also a yearly plan. Okay, let's go back to first question. Do we really have time? I heard so many times from people, I don't have time to do this and do that. And this business is so hard. I can't make money. How can I achieve my goal? Something like that. The answer is we do really have plenty of time. So firstly, I would like to sharing a calculation with you to show you where's the time from. So actually, everybody in the world, no matter rich or poor, we have 24 hours a day. There is 7 days a week. Then multiple together is 168 hours a week. Everybody we have. So if you were have 8 hours sleep a day, and then you will have 56 hours sleep in a week. If you're working like a full time 8 hours a day, then another 56 hours we're gonna focus on our full time job. But for that calculation, use the 160 hours. Take away those 256 hours. We still have hours, which is a week, which is 8 hours a day to spend the time with the family, kids, enjoy food, to attend the social events or enjoying hobbies, self-development, even have the entertainment, watching TV or schooling, Instagram or Facebook, etc. So that is where the time from, and that is where my time from. We can create a hobby business by and generate hobby income from those times. It's all about how to use the time. So if you are new distributors, you must be introduced to a chart like this. I always keep in my phone a chart which gives a vision how much worth when you spend a certain time in Jeunesse. Look at the 5 hours per week. We spend on Jeunesse, and we earn $500 per month extra. If we spend 10 to 30 hours per week, we earn 1,000 to 5,000 per month. Yeah. So if you want more, say like 10,000 plus per month, actually the time we spend on Jeunesse is your obsession. So if we want more dollars, we have to spending more time. So, it's all about how we work with time and how many hours we decided to invest on the business. I would suggest you to pin this chart to your vision board and following by a time log and reflect. At the end of the day, always review what you have done and calculate how many hours we exactly working on the purpose. But it's so easy to get distracted, to spend the time on non-productive tasks, especially when you stay at home. The time flies so quick, and even you couldn't catch it. I think many of you heard from Bill Gates said, time is more value than money. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. No one can get extra time on top of 24 hours a day, but everyone can create more time each day to do main things. So if we want to get $500 extra per month, we need to find out how and where I can create that 5 more hours per week. So what about sacrificing an hour entertainment, say watching TV in weekday? Then we can earn at least 500 per month. I think it's cool. So take an hour from an hour each day does not really change our lifestyles that much, because an hour, people have a fear of changes. You can't stay with your comfort zone. Just change a little bit. Doesn't make a really big change, but we create a more meaningful results. So in a year end, with that $500 per month, actually it's become a 6,000 extra. If we think about it, if you want to double that money, we cut out like 2 hours of watching TV or browsing social medias. Actually, we can generate 1,000 to 3,000 a month. In the year end, we earn extra 12,000 to 26,000 extra. So just to close the eyes and have a break, think about that numbers, what that numbers mean to you. What about invest the money on education for the kids? Maybe think about to pay off the car loans and maybe have a little bit release from a home loan and book a luxury trip for anniversaries. How about to invest on personal development? Yeah, that's great result. It does make sense. It's worth to do it. So people always say, I don't have time to go on the zone. I don't have time to go on the venue for event. I don't have time to watch the training material. I don't have time to make new friends. I don't have time to talk. This doesn't mean they cannot do this and that. It just means they are thinking these things is not their priority. So those who are richer or get better results, I think are always the ones who create more time on their productivity and the priority. So here's my question. What is my priority? The question I keep asking myself actually every day, every week, every month, and every year. My goal is taking 5 years to be a diamond. My goal is to earn life-changing income. My goal is to be a successful woman, entrepreneur, to inspire a lot of women who have dreams but lack of encouragement to take a step up. I remind myself of this all the time in case my daily tasks get out of the track and not align with the goal. So, my situation, I just give me more details. I'm a mom of 3 young kids. My husband is a Uber driver who is working from 8 to 7. There are too many things I needed to cope with every day, like housekeeping, 3 meals, grocery shopping, assist kids with homeschooling and ongoing learning, fitness, etc. So my time management is mainly about creating more time and utilize the snippet of time to maximize the productivity and fit my priority. So each individual has their own priority. It is really depends on what we really want in our life. So if your goal is success in Jeunesse, we must look at the big picture before starting planning time. So as long as the ultimate goal in Jeunesse have been set in front, then everyday activities have to be designed to align with that 3 or 4 or 10 years vision. So home business give us a flexibility to design our goals and action plans. So that I have to control my focus and use the time smartly. Meanwhile, cope with the kids stuff and the child in daily life. I told myself, I do not need to be perfect in housekeeping, cooking or styling something, whatever. If I can achieve my goal within certain frame of time, then I can have more time in rest of my life to do what I like and to improve those skills I'm lack of, So when I still remember when I started Jeunesse, I had at that time I had my full-time retail business at the same time. I built Jeunesse by sacrificing all my entertaining time. Instead, I use every night, 2 to 3 hours to do prospecting and inviting. I fully use this snippet of time to learn about Jeunesse. When I don't know how you spend your time when you are waiting for public transport, or when you're doing cooking, housekeeping, when you're doing cleaning or doing exercise, even when you are in the toilet or settle your kids before the bed. I just save every single chance, save that 5 minutes snippet of time to listen to the audios, watch videos, and talk on the phone. So 5 minutes is not that much, but if a day gives you 12, even more times of 5 minutes, which is more than 1 hour a day to be saved, that's really cool. Refer to the previous I mentioned, 5 hours a week can give you $500 extra per month. So yeah, that's the time where I can get it from. Okay, so in a weekend, actually, if every day give you one hour of that's snippet of time, and in a day end, we're gonna have 7 hours a day in total. That amount of the time can contribute to a big change in the long run. So look at the long run. Okay, let's move to the second tip, how we schedule a specific day plan and also a yearly plan. Number one, working with calendar for yearly plan. Number two, using time blocking for specific daily activities. So let's see how to work from a calendar. Normally, I will rate the dates with a different level of importance. First level is the Jeunesse events. Second level are school holidays and the bigger family events. And the rest of the dates on the calendar are the third level that I may allow some flexibility to feeling as well. I would suggest to start working with the calendar first, but not to-do list. I found my to-do list in the past, most of the activities just feels task of others' priority, but never my own wants and needs in reality. In order to be on track, we do better work with calendar first, okay? So as long as we have a bigger goals ahead, we have to prioritize the important dates and events over the whole year when we work from the calendar. There is nothing more important to attending. To attending the big events such as like in Jeunesse, in like regional annual conventional events, conventions, and Jeunesse universities, and online live meetings, just like we're doing right now. Incentive trips and the trips with the diamond leaders to support my local teams. As COVID-19 came across to our life, almost all the events are switching to online. Then we have to be adaptable to leverage the digital tools to build up a business. The frequencies we use video, Zoom call, and social media to get connected with people is far more than before. So the productivity actually, the productivity of prospecting could be doubled by searching people from social media, no matter with warm market or cold market. And it's more efficient to raise awareness and exposure to the prospects. As you know, we used to travel a lot, more about a face-to-face. So, and now we are switching that focus on optimizing our social media, which is our business card for 2020. So yeah, we just adjust a little bit, no action plan and the focus detailed. We just change a little bit, but still feeling that time management schedule. In case we do not miss out the online meeting, what I use the iPhone calendar to remark those days and set alert, as a reminder in case I missed out the meetings. It's really worked for me. You can try it, because when you stay at home and the time easily pass without your attention, So the events, we have to know the events is very, very important. It's a background and a footage that we can add to our social media to show the vision of Jeunesse and ourselves as a leader. The voice of attending events is much more than words. I suggest if there is no pandemic, always booking flights and accommodations as early as you can with lower cost and blocking that days in, which can help you to say no to distractions with a strong voice. Okay, that's my, so I would never miss any big events from with Jeunesse, So regarding to my secondary important days on the calendar, I will put all my kids' school holidays and important family events as a secondary level of importance, because most of us in this business have the reason of doing Jeunesse is the family. So I would like to reward my family for some trips with, for their support in a year round. And also I can show my kids and my audience that life is all about balance. So for the rest of the year, the rest of the day on the calendar, I will plan very specific daily activities by time blocking. Not just the least. We have give us a 10 time frame on each task. If a good daily structure, a good daily structure where keeps me on track. A well-structured day normally start with a good morning routine and end with a evening routine. Everyday activities just like a stepstone towards the small goals and then the bigger goals. So we can't work without the time frame, okay? In the end of the day, we will always find out there is a lot of tasks couldn't be accomplished, so that we have to leave over to next day if we just do to-do list. This sounds familiar, yeah? But if it happened occasionally, it's okay. But do not let this happen all the time. Here, I'm going to show you a typical my day with time blocking. So my day starts from when I wake up at 7:30. So from 7:30 to 8, I will have a morning run. I would listen to recorded online events and the podcast or audiobooks for personal learning and development. These two things you can do at the same time. From 8 to 8:30, I will have my brekkie. And then 8:30 to 9:30 is the main tasks, which refer to like reply email messages and or update my social medias. From 9:30 to 4:30, normally when kids go back to school, it's my official Jeunesse time. But during a crisis, I have to help my kids with homeschooling. So yeah, I'll just take off that 6-7 hours to invest on kids. And from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. each day, I would call one of my leaders for keeping connection, keep contact. And there is some updates and maybe we need to talk about each day one leader. Okay, then from 5:30 to 7:30, it's my happy family dinner time. So it takes a longer time to prepare and enjoy. I can't live without that. Okay, from 7:30 to 8 p.m., I'll get myself and the kids cleaned and get them to settle themselves because they grow up a little bit and yeah, not as younger as the 5 years ago. Lastly, so from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., that's my really official Jeunesse time. I will stay with all the basics and do about like 5 prospecting, sometimes even longer because of the time zone matter. My team mainly in China, so we have the 2 or 3 hours time zone difference. So as you can see, if we do time blocking, it's so easy to calculate how many hours we exactly invest in our business. And time is a high elastic too. So since school kids not allowed to go to the school, my time in Jeunesse have to cut down to around 6 hours a day, which is not enough to have full-time business results. But as long as our ultimate goal never been changed, when kids go back to school, I can have another 6 to 7 hours more to invest on business again. The pandemic will not stay forever. As a leader, we can always focus on what we can do to find the solutions to fit the purpose and always be flexible, versatile, and adaptable to the changes. So in the end, I would like to share an old saying, the way we use the time defines who we are. So success is the sum of a small effort repeated day in and day out. So let's work with the time, be the time, friend of the time, and moving forward, we'll see you on the top. Thank you, Rachel. I'll give the host back to Rachel. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being with us today, Emily. Much appreciate your time. I know you have a very busy schedule. What I loved Emily's point on is that we all have 24 hours in a day, and how we prioritize our time is the results we're going to get. And what I love about Jeunesse and this industry is you get out what you put in. So if you just want to, make this a hobby income, then that is totally, what you can do. If you want to make this a full-time income, then you can do that also. Emily's point on time blocking, I think is crucial. It is something that I started about 6 or 8 months ago, and it has really helped in, making sure that you are focusing on tasks that will give you the results you are wanting. And it's important to also, check in with yourself and check in with your goals, however often you think is necessary, because it is, at times, time can get away from you. You look at, we are already in May, and it just seemed like a month ago it was, January. We were kicking off the year, and time really can go so fast. So make sure you are checking in with yourself and, just checking in with your calendar that you are focusing on those tasks that you need to do on a daily basis to get you to your goal. Now, I am watching our Facebook feed live here. We have a lot of people joining us. We have people all the way from Malaysia. We have Alice, we have Karen, we have Gabriel. Thank you for joining us. We have Marguerite. I see you, Marguerite, Samantha, Rachel. I hope everyone is doing well. And I have been seeing a lot of comments about, are we going to have a prize? Well, of course we're going to have a prize. So I need you to stay tuned for the next half an hour, because I am going to ask you a question at the end, and whoever is the third comment and answers my question correctly is going to win a box of Mind and a Reveal hair care set. So I am really excited about the giveaway, so you've got to listen carefully, and the answer, the third person to answer my question, which I'll ask at the end, will win the prize. So our next speaker today is our Diamond Director. You all know him, you all love him. Please welcome to the call, Craig Schultz. Are you there with us today, Craig?
Hey, Rachel, can you hear me?
I can. I've got you loud and clear. Welcome, Craig.
Pleasure to be here.
Excellent. Over to you.
Beautiful. I guess, well done for everyone that's participating and engaging in these live events. This is really, I guess, revolutionary for the way we're building business moving forward. So, it really is truly home business, and an opportunity right now is, as good as it's ever been. And what I'm seeing certainly out there is, amazing opportunities and more people open to have conversations than ever before. And my topic today is to share and talk to you a little bit about follow-up strategies and using online to follow up. Now, let me share a couple of stories with you just before we get started. I actually recently just enrolled someone last week that I've been working on and having constant dialogue and conversations with for nearly 3 years. And every 90 days, every 6 months, every time I have an opportunity, I professionally approached and connected and like made the engagement. So it's not like a sales pitch. It was actually purely a relationship, a catch up, and then through timing and things happen over time, my new business colleague and partner has decided to join in on the business. So the message I want to kick off with now, no today doesn't mean no forever. You've got to be a network marketing professional. And I want to share with you just a few key points. And I want to keep it very simple, because too many people fail in network marketing because they don't keep it simple. They overcomplicate it. If you want to keep the business model as simple as this, we have Jeunesse Global here. We have the rest of the world here, us in the middle. Our role is to share this with this. And that's as simple as the business needs to be. The cliche of my topic is the fortune is in the follow-up. Now, that is 100% true, because, if I count back to many of the distributors that I've enrolled over the years, they've all said no to me probably at least 5 times, or not said no necessarily. They've just politely said, look, right now, Craig, it's not the right time for me, but I really appreciate that you followed up. And I respect when you reach out to me again in another 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, whatever. They leave the door open. And that's the really key point I want to share with you here, is a couple of key ways to let the door be left open. Ultimately, if you treat your business as a business, it will become a business. If you treat it like a hobby, it will become a hobby. So your role as a business person is to be a network marketing professional, all right? A network marketing professional. And when I say the word professional, I actually mean follow up like a professional. You know, if you have any level of business, the big Fortune 500 companies, banks, whoever they are, they're constantly keeping communication happening with their customers. So they're sending out, it might be reports monthly, it might be updates, it might be offers, whatever it is, they're keeping constant communication. So if the big Fortune 500 companies, the banks, the big business of the world are doing this, you should be doing this too. And the way you do that is give people updates. If we have a promotion like this $20,000 promotion, I've literally gone back to every single person and opened the conversation and said, hey, Rachel, just thought I'd reach out and connect with you because we're just about to run a bonus promotion at the moment, which you can earn on top of what you already get paid as a distributor. I know that I've spoken to you about this before, but this is a really highly lucrative bonus. I just want to know if you'd be open to having a conversation, and I can share with you a little bit about our new $20,000 cash bonus opportunity that's going to be run over the next 60 days. Would you be open to that? And I go back to every single person. Then we might launch mine. I go back to every single person and I say, hey, I know that you wasn't interested in our weight management, our reserve product, our skincare, but you might be interested in an incredible product that we're just about to launch, or we've just launched into the market, called Mind, which is a brain health product. See, you have to be a professional. It's really important that you follow up every single person, because no 6 months ago doesn't mean no today. Circumstances have changed dramatically in everyone's life just in the space of the last 8 weeks. People have lost their jobs. People are stressed about finance. People are, out there Googling and looking for opportunities. So don't assume that they're not interested in looking at looking good, feeling good, and a home business opportunity to make extra money. And one of the lines that I'm using today is, when we get through this, and we will, the number one thing that you need to think of moving forward is, go back to your career, your business, or whatever, but what is your plan B, C, D, E, and F? And if you've got a plan B, this should be a plan C or a D or an E. And I'm planting the seed to say that moving forward from today, you've experienced something that we haven't experienced ever before, but you need to keep your mind open to opportunities. All right. So one of the key things with follow-up, and especially online, is have a system of follow-up. What works for you? For me, I'm very old school. Even though I'm quite innovative online, I still like to have a big whiteboard or a big board that's got every single person that I'm speaking to at the moment. That works for me. So I go into my office and I go, oh, there's Jason. I spoke to him last week. I did tell him that I was going to give him a call this week. So that is an important part of my system, but it may not work for you. What might work for you is setting your calendar up when you have conversations with people, and you set reminders, or you utilize that feature in J Mobile, and you be really methodical about your follow-up process in J Mobile, because you can set reminders and utilize that tool to be a part of your follow-up sequence. And there's many, many applications and systems out there that you can use. But the important thing is you need to find a system. Don't aimlessly walk around thinking, oh, who should I call today? And who did I call 3 months ago? You need to really manage your database well, your contacts list very, very well. And what works for me may not necessarily work for you, but the most important takeaway is you need to implement a system of some sort. It could be digitally, or it could be something like me where I like to see it when I walk into rooms and look at 50 names and I go, gee, that person there was really, really interested. I've sent all the information. I told them that I was going to give them a call in 48 hours time. Now I need to do that. And I may set reminders and that in my phone as well. When I'm talking to a prospect, I always use the words next best steps. So when we do a phone call like here, I usually say what we're going to do from here is, so when I get off this phone call, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually send you something from the J Mobile. You're going to receive that straight away. So you're going to actually see how physically this amazing business tool works. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow you up in 24 hours time to see how you, what you thought of the videos that I've sent through to you. So I'm giving them a next best steps approach to as a part of my sales process. And every professional, and I'll actually use that language. I say, I'm a network marketing professional. I'm a business professional. And all professionals do is follow up their customers professionally. All right. So I'm actually inviting myself or getting permission from them to actually have that conversation. All right. You've got to make sure too that you're not doing everything digitally. So you're not just DMing and going backwards and forwards. You need to build that relationship and get the conversation or the engagement from online to offline. More personal the relationship, the better it is. Even a Zoom video, that there's going to get an even better result because they can see you, they can, there's going to be more buying, more trust, more of a relationship when they can actually physically see you. But most people out there are actually going, can I do this? And can this person help me? So you've got to be someone that people would want to do business with. So make sure that, and I've done a training on this before about positioning yourself online as someone really well to do business with. But B, can I do this? Right now, you are demonstrating to every person around the world that you can do this. All you need to do is learn how to use Zoom, learn how to use J Mobile, go into Share Jeunesse and understand some of the materials that we have access to showcase it to people, and then put a plan in place and be methodical about following up your prospects. When there's a new product to be launched, follow up everyone. When there's a new bonus promotion to launch, follow up everyone. When there's a new market to open, follow up everyone. If there's a new video, follow up. And if you get a no 10 times, that's okay. You follow up, because you've planted the seed, you're going to do that because this is my professional approach to doing business. It's all about customer experience. I actually follow up my potential customers and I open the opportunity for that call. So when I do follow them up, it's A-OK. And if you get really good at that, that awkward call after a no doesn't be an awkward call. It's just your duty to actually do the call. The biggest income earners in network marketing are the most patient. They're the people that stay in the game the longest and prepared to follow up people the most. Remember, a story I often told people is Emerald director Felma Ong from the Philippines. We had a relationship 10 years ago now, and I followed her up every single month for 11 months, and she said no every month for 11 months, and then she said yes, and then she became an Emerald director in Jeunesse. It was because of professional follow-up. So in this short sequence that I've had to talk about follow-up, the key takeaways is the fortunes in the follow-up. Be a professional. Implement a system that works for you so you don't just walk around aimlessly, and position your conversation with next best steps, and also get their permission to then follow up, so then you can actually do the follow-up without any awkward moments. So I think on that note, I will leave the fortune in the follow-up with you. Wish you all the best in this exciting time. Embrace challenge, embrace adversity, keep a really rock solid positive mindset about moving forward. And I always talk about control what you can control. We can't control what's happening around us, but you can control the way you conduct yourself in business every single day, and create certainty in your life in uncertain times. And what I mean by that is Jeunesse is a form of certainty. So move forward with conviction. And on that note, we'll hand it back to Rachel.
Thank you so much, Craig. And I love Craig's point on the fortune is in the follow-up. His story about his dealing with Thelma just goes to show 11 no's. 11 no's he got before he got a yes. And I love the point to, make sure once you've made that connection is take it offline and form that, that relationship, because this is a relationship business as well. So as always, Craig, some amazing gold nuggets in there for you all to take away. Our Facebook feed is still going on. Thank you all for joining us. There's a lot of hellos there. Hi, Hermia. Good to see you on the call. I know you're looking forward to the giveaway. And I know a lot of you are very excited about our next guest. He is a gentleman that needs no introduction. He's Mr. Energetic himself. Please welcome to the call our Zen guru, Mr. Mark MacDonald. Are you there with us today, Mark?
I am, Rachel, and I love your whole setup. Like, that booth looks so cool. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm channeling my inner newsreader today.
You look great. Well, it's an honor. All of Australia, New Zealand, and Fiji. I'm so excited that we're going to rock right now. So listen, Rachel and I talked, and we really wanted to focus on 10 minutes of power. I know that we're dealing with viruses and quarantines and all of these things around us. So I want you to think right now, May is your month where you're going to burst through the quarantine madness. You're going to shed your skin and you're going to win forever with your health. And I wanted to just focus on 3 simple things. Obviously there's so much we can talk about with Zen. We can talk about our movement, our culture, our plan, our products, community. But we're going to do that. I'm going to work with Rachel, and we're going to look at launching a 4-week coaching series. And we're going to announce that over the next couple of days, that you're going to tune in every week to take your health to the next level. But until we start that next week, I want you to think about something for the next 6 days. Now, I have my iPad right here, Angie Lucente, Sam Sessions. So if you're on this right now, make some noise, share a lot of the excitement. But what I want you to think about are 3 simple things. The first thing is I want you to gain clarity of what you're fighting for your health. With this quarantine madness, with all these challenges, it's not easy. Every day people are saying, well, there's fear, a lot of fear throughout the world right now. But I want you to realize that there's no greater time, there's no greater importance than to make your health a priority now. On my desk every day sits 2 pictures. One of myself and my father when my father was 47 and I was 15. And then one of me and my son Hunter, who's 15. We took this a couple months ago when Disney World was still open. He's 15 and I'm 47. I look at these pictures daily because this is truly the last memory I have of my dad before his health began to deteriorate. I watched him year after year after year struggle till when he passed away about 4 years ago. And I look at these and I want it as a reminder for you right now, because as a father, as I just thought about a camping trip we just launched that we just got back from this past weekend, and we have a motorhome, but we have this inflatable RV with this big motor, inflatable boat with this big motor that we take on the lake, but it's heavy and I need strength to lift it. I need strength to carry the motor. I need strength to be there for my son. I need strength to celebrate with my daughter when she turns 18, I'll be 60. She just turned 5. I need strength and energy to be there for my wife. See, what I want you to focus on, what I want you to gain clarity on, is that it's not about dieting. It's not about restriction. It's about loving your body, living your food, and know what you're fighting for. Your first action item before we start our 4-week coaching series, before we take you to the next journey of Zen, is to get clear on why does your health matter and what are you fighting for. I'm clear every day. I'm fighting to be the best father, the best husband, the best man I can be. So right now on this, I want everyone to get clear. Step one is, what are you fighting for? Now, step two comes back down to cherishing your moments. There's another thing on my desk. And I think a lot of times from a fear perspective, we struggle. And it says life's moments. It's a picture of me and Hunter playing soccer in Germany back from 2012. And it says life is not measured by the numbers of breaths you take, but by the number of moments that take your breath away. You know, I see a lot of struggles going on right now. And when Rachel asked me to talk about the quarantine and how to make things matter, I want you to burst through this. I want you to look at what can you do with your food? What can you do with your exercise? Maybe you can't go to the gym, but what you can do is you can get creative. I'm doing this Facebook Live, this training right now, or university standing up. I'm burning 3 times more calories than if I was sitting down. We go shopping together. When I clean the kitchen or take out the garbage, I'm squatting down. Every weekend, I'm going on adventures. I'm making memories. A lot of times, situations, change happens, and we forget that we can control how we take care of ourselves. We can control our happiness. And it comes back down to not as many breaths you take, but the breaths that take, the moments that take your breath away. So step one, I want you to understand what you're fighting for. Step two, I want you to remember what you're doing. Cherish the moment. Make the best of the situation you're in. Wherever you are, if Australia's opening up, if New Zealand's opening up, Fiji, maybe you start traveling, start thinking about whatever environment you're in. Shed any of the depression, shed any of the blues, cherish your life and rock it. That's number two. Number three is a rock that Hunter gave me in 2014. And it said, the best things in life aren't things. This sits on my desk and this travels everywhere with me. I can look at that because I remember it's the moments, it's the journey. It's focusing on the everyday adventures of life, not the possessions, not the items. You know, I partnered with Jeunesse 4.5 years ago because I love the movement, the message. We're changing how people look. I think of Keely Pedler with her Zen life. I think of Angelo Sente and Lyndon and I going to get some pizza right there in Italy. I think of the journeys touring Australia, New Zealand, all the fun with Rachel and Louise. I love Ben running this show. I love hugging each and every one of you, and we will hug again. But we have to wake up from this perspective, and that's my message. Right now, wherever you are, I want you to decide that your health matters. I want you to realize what you're fighting for. I want you to remember that it's the moments, make it adventurous. And I want you to realize that the journey, what you can do from now until a year from now, imagine the possibility. See, Zen is about the plan, the products, the community. I'll be talking about Zen Fuse next week. I'll be talking about our Zen Shape, our Zen Prime, our Zen Fit. We'll be talking about the plan and the community to educate you, to empower you so you can eat your favorite foods and win. But as we take on the next 5 days, until we announce the launch of our 4-week series, what I'm going to invite you to do is this. I'm going to ask you to draw your line in the sand, say, this is my time, this is my moment. And I want you to remember the concept of 1%. I'm reminding of it daily. I couldn't speak when I was 7. I was taught the 1% from my dad, and I worked till I could start forming words. But I'm reminded every single day with my daughter, Hope, who just turned 5 years old. You know, Hope, when she was 2 years old, she wouldn't communicate. She wouldn't hug. She's on the autistic spectrum. But the 3rd year, the 4th year, 1%, focusing on moving our houses, adding trampolines in our homes, creating these daily moments to see where she is now, to see how we just celebrated her 5th birthday. Everything is possible. So that was my goal that I wanted to share with you right now. That if you can decide, if you can cast that vision of what you want with your body, if you get clear on what you're fighting for, make it adventurous, make it fun, and understand that you will cross that finish line 1% at a time. I promise you, I will lock arms with you. If you watch me on the Zooms, I'm all over the world right now, and I'm committed to Australia. I'm committed to New Zealand. I'm committed to Fiji. We're working on a Fiji Zen boot camp. Rachel promised. So everyone, make this your moment to live your best health, to live your best life. And we're going to rock May, June, July, August, and beyond. Just the beginning. Thank you, everyone. Let's crush it.
Thank you, Mark McDonald. You know, I love this man. I've never, ever seen him without energy. We've done a lot of traveling together, and I remember this one particular time we were just about to go live doing a media interview over the phone. You know, Mark was so tired. We'd been traveling for almost 7 days straight of 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, getting home at all hours of the night, very limited sleep, and he was asleep in his chair. The journalist rang through for our call, and he just sat up and switched on that energy immediately. And, you know, I sat back at that time and just thought, I wish when I was feeling so tired and down and out that I could channel that energy. You know, he is an inspiration to us all, and we love you, Mark McDonald. So thank you so much for being with us. Now, we are getting very close to the end, guys. We will be doing our giveaway after our very next segment. So what I wanted to do today, and Dennis did touch on it a little bit earlier, is talk about the Diamond Vision promo. It is really at the forefront of, it's just been announced, it's kicked off on the beginning of May, goes to the end of June. You know, Craig mentioned in his promo, every time we have a product launch or we have a new promo, you know, go out to your people. You know, we have had a very, very strong kickoff in May, giving you the ability to go out to those people on your list. We've kicked off a new promo, and we've had a product launch of Mind, which has, you know, been very successful. But, you know, Diamond Vision, absolutely amazing promo. We have had some great feedback about it. So, you know, I just wanted to take you through some of the key steps today. By now, you should have all heard about it. You should have all watched the training. And you should know that it is a worldwide promotion. And that's what I love about these promotions. You know, wherever you can do business in with Jeunesse, you can build with this promo. You know, it is really, really powerful. And to think that you have the ability of earning an extra $20,000 US on top of your commissions is amazing. And the fact that it goes from every level of our compensation plan. So it starts from executive all the way through to Diamond. This is one of the very first times that we have ever done a promo and have paid out at that Diamond Director level. So, you know, as I said, it starts at executive, and this slide just steps through the PGV that is needed and the US dollar bonus that you will be able to achieve. So, look, we have done trainings on this. We've got a set of FAQs out there which has a lot of the details, but these are great slides for you when training your team, showing exactly, just a screenshot of exactly the PGV that is needed and what the US dollar payout is. It's a really powerful promotion. I can't stress that enough. You know, if you look at the Sapphire 50 level here, 15,000 PGV, and above and beyond your commissions, you get a $4,000 US dollar payout. The important part to note here is the 50% payout bonus kicks in here at the Sapphire 50 level. So make sure you are aware of that. One of the other points to note here is if you have earned a $6,000 US dollar bonus previously in any Jeunesse promotion over the last 2 years, you will also be come under that 50% bonus payout. Again, can't, you know, stress enough how amazing it is to be able to take that through to the Diamond level this time around. You know, we have had some great feedback about this promotion, and what I love about Jeunesse and what they always do is at the end of every promotion, they always sit back and, you know, we look at the results. We look at market by market, who's qualified, how close people were to qualifying, and then what we can do is, you know, vet how we're going to look at the next promotion. Do we want to look at lowering the PGV? So those people that were very close, you know, will be able to qualify next time. you know, the powerful thing about this particular promotion is the fact that it's global and the fact that it kicks off at 11:59 on the 30th of April as your paid as title. You know, that is powerful in itself. You know, a lot of other companies doing these kind of promotions will always look at your high title, you know, and I love that we look at your paid as title at the beginning of this promotion. Now, this is a great little snapshot that you can build into your opportunity PowerPoints when you're doing your training, which just shows that, you know, from executive all the way through to diamond, it breaks down, you know, the cumulative PGV, the full bonus, and then what the partial bonus will be if you have qualified for a bonus previously with Jeunesse. Now, the FAQs are my favorite bit. You know, Craig's saying the fortune is in the follow-up. I like saying the fortune is in the FAQs because the FAQs are where you will get all of your detail from. So, you know, make sure if you haven't read the FAQs, have a read through those FAQs. You know, everything is, you know, clearly written in those FAQs. Everything's in this training PowerPoint. You know, your diamond upline, you know, your emerald upline, they know these promotions better than anyone else. So if you have any questions, make sure you go to your upline. You can come to us. We are here to support you through these promotions every step of the way. So, you know, if there is ever any questions, make sure you reach out to us. You know, some of the key points here is, you know, make sure you're in good standing with the company. The PGV is cumulative for this promotion, and that is powerful. You know, other promotions I've seen run, every month your PGV disappears and you have to start again. I love that the PGV is cumulative. That's a hard word to say. We've also got the tools there for you. We do our best to make this as easy for you as possible. The email announcements have gone out. The training PowerPoint is up in your back office. We've got the infographics there to make it easy for you. We've got the FAQs, as you all know, but most importantly, the J Office report. The J Office report is, you know, is really powerful. It is a snapshot at any given time when you log on as to exactly where you are within this promotion. So, you know, it is really powerful, guys. You know, we've actually done a lot of trainings on this when it first kicked off at the beginning of May. So I would suggest go back and watch those too. Every time a new promotion comes out, we had Angela Lascenti on one of our corporate calls going through her tips and tricks on how leaders build this into their team. You know, and I love hearing how different leaders work these promotions into their team. You know, I think it is always so important to make sure you get your team on a Zoom, you get them all together. Working together as a team, I've seen some of the best results in this market of when I've seen teams working together within these promotions. You know, when you're working as a team, it can be very, very powerful. So get your team together. Make sure they understand everything about the promotion. You know, take it that extra step and do a strategy session as to, you know, what everyone in your team wants to achieve out of this promotion. You know, accountability is key. So working together and making sure that we're keeping your team accountable will only help in making sure that you maximize these promotions. Because what we really want to do is ensure that we give you all that extra bonus. So if you need any more details on it, guys, as I said, reach out. We're here to support you. Go to your uplines. They will definitely be able to answer any questions as well. And, you know, really, really sit down and focus on your goals and work together as a team and work out what you want to achieve from this particular promotion. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of our very first Jeunesse University Live. It has been amazing. You know, I've had so much fun being with you all, but I know you all want to see who has won the Reveal Hair Care System and the Box of Mind. And I'm feeling generous today. I did say before it'd be the third comment, but we're going to do the first, second, and third comment. So ready, steady, get ready to comment on Facebook. I want to know what the saying was on Mark McDonald's rock. that he held up on the screen. So jump in the Facebook comments there, guys, and let us know what the comment was on Mark's rock, where he held it up to the screen and made it very easy for you all to see. So we're just waiting on the comments there to come through. I love doing these lives and being able to watch the Facebook comments. It's amazing how many people tune in from all over the world. So I thank you all for your time this morning. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for tuning in with us. We've truly had, you know, some great speakers. I love that we've literally given you, you know, how to prospect, how to invite, and then how to follow up and how to close. And we've heard from, you know, some of the top leaders in Jeunesse on how to do this, and they've given their personal tips and tools, you know, on how to do this virtually for the time that we're in right now. So our comments are coming through. I think we're going to have our winners here. I'm just waiting for our final list of winners there. I don't want to go reading out any names because Louise may get me in trouble if I mention the wrong names. She's floating around here in the background making sure everybody's under control. So, you know, thank you for all your comments on Facebook, guys. I really appreciate your time. We're scribbling down. And look, we've done a lot of online trainings over the last 2.5 months. We really made the decision in February to switch everything online as quick as possible. So if you haven't seen some of those, we've had all of our top leaders, all of our really active leaders on, you know, out there doing recordings so we can assist you during this time. And, you know, we can assist you in taking your business to the next level. Every month we do a corporate update, keeping you up to date on what's coming for the month and how to utilize these promotions into your business. So go back and watch those. You know, put them on in the background. Emily mentioned she goes for a run and listens to podcasts and recordings. You know, great idea. I love that idea. So we do now have our top 3 winners. We will be sending you out a Reveal Hair Care pack and a box of mine. So congratulations to winner number 1, John Payne. John, congratulations. Our second winner is Elizabeth Taylor. Congratulations, Liz. Great to see you on the Facebook. And we have Linda Makelem. Congratulations to each and every one of you for getting that quote right that was on Mark's rock. And for those of you that were wondering what that comment is, it's the best things in life are not things. You know, couldn't be more true. So again, you know, that brings us to the end of today's broadcast. I hope you've enjoyed our very first Jeunesse University Live. Thank you for tuning in. Get out there and keep telling the Jeunesse story, keep changing people's lives, and trust the process. And in the words of Dr. Amzalag, we are Generation Young. Thanks for being with us today, guys.